What is going on, everybody? I'm Dom.
And I'm Ryan. What's up, guys?
And welcome to Two Buds. So, today in this video, we're doing a debunking video, and hopefully we'll have more of these. It was hard enough to come up with these three, so we'll see what the future entails. But what it will be is we're going to have 3 good weed myths. We're going to go over them, and we're going to debunk them. And it's actually funny, the ones we picked are all pretty much no's. But as you see, Ryan is sparking up a joint, and we've been smoking a lot of joints recently. But yeah, so as you're starting to get this thing lit up, the first one we're doing is, and let me actually get my notes up, I actually realized I don't have them, is, does holding your hit in get you higher? This is a very, very common weed myth. Ryan,
yeah, so when I first started smoking, actually I think probably when we both did, we both had really acknowledged that we thought this was a actual thing. But essentially all it really is just some oxygen deprivation. So when your brain is without oxygen for a certain period of time, you start getting dizzy, lightheaded, and then on top of the effects of the weed already, it starts to really makes you feel higher, even though you're genuinely not. You're just a little bit lightheaded.
Yeah, it takes, and actually according to a 2001, what would you call it? A 2001 study, thank you, by Stephen Liebeck. Basically, and we're gonna have the sources in the description.
Yeah, not like last time. There genuinely will be sources, I promise.
Yes. But basically, what it says is about 95% of the THC is actually absorbed into your lungs in about the first couple seconds.
Yeah.
So yeah, you don't have to hold in your hits. It just kind of hurts a lot more. And we're actually the next question actually, or the next myth actually ties into that.
Yeah, so, once you actually are smoking, you kind of get, obviously, the coughs, and that shit's a pain in the ass, right? But everyone always tells you, oh yeah, coughing's good, the more you cough, the higher you get, obviously, because that makes sense, right? It means you're getting harsher hits and, whatever, right? So for the most part, yeah, it does make sense. But coughing in general doesn't necessarily mean you're going to get higher.
Yes. Basically, again, it's kind of the same thing. It's just your body does not have oxygen. When you don't have oxygen, the brain starts obviously feeling lightheaded and dizzy, and that's all it is. It's just oxygen deprivation, and it kind of gives you a little bit of a dizzy kind of feeling, and I guess makes you feel higher. And I noticed all video the smoke has been kind of in front of my face. I'm gonna put that in the middle.
Yeah, so it can be both of our faces. Perfect.
Yeah.
But yeah, so again, this is something that we've even had experience with, where we were smoking with a friend, and he was dying. He was like coughing a lot. He was like, "Oh, that was a big hit, right? That was a big hit. We're gonna get really high off that, right, man?" And me and him were just like, "Yeah, sure, dude. Yeah, you're getting real blazed."
That actually reminds me, we gotta tell a story about that. We were actually thinking of video ideas, and this never came into our mind. But that is a really great story.
It is. It was definitely, that was a good day. So we'll have to, that'll be our story time.
Yeah, we'll have to touch on that. But overall, we spent a lot of time on this myth alone. Overall, no, coughing does not get you any higher.
Yes.
So on to our next one.
So our next one is essentially, is dry weed worse or better? Most of the time people will probably say worse, just because that's the common myth, that dry weed is worse than, your sticky, wet, good kush, you know what I'm saying? But really, really there's not much of a difference when it comes to getting you high, necessarily. It's more along the lines of what's easier to roll, because they both get you the exact same amount of THC in your system. So
yeah, and I feel like kind of the reason that whole myth has stemmed was basically just, if you think about it, it would make sense that, someone that has drier, it's just basically the whole thing of being well kept. If your dealer's, obviously, it's nice to know that your dealer's keeping it in a airproof container. It's not, it's not very old. you know, moist weed just means kind of fresh.
Yeah. It's
So I mean,
more
I guess I understand
maintained.
where it came from, but it is not true. It's
Yeah.
actually good because most of our weed is pretty dry. You can't get any good weed around here.
Yeah.
So
Exactly. But if you do have, or if you are trying to get that sticky icky, it's actually not that hard. Even if you have dry weed, all you have to do is like get like a orange peel or some kind of like
Yeah.
fruit peel.
what you
throw it in
basically
there with your
do
weed.
is, I didn't do this with this batch of weed, but I did this with the last one. And this is this could be a video in and of itself, but
Could be. But
and
it's
this
not
is
going
getting very off topic. But what you basically do is if you have a mason jar, you can just throw a fruit peel of some sort, or what I did is just take a napkin, wet it, throw it in there, and stick it somewhere. The hotter the better generally. But yeah, I got like an animal thing, and it has like really strong light. I just kept it in there, and it like cooked it essentially. But yeah.
But we digress. Overall, no, dry weed is not any better or any worse. The only thing that wet weed or dry weed is not really quite good for is rolling. It makes it 10 times easier to roll when your weed isn't falling out of both sides consistently.
Yes, because I will say it is really annoying. I actually, when I was rolling this one, because I actually rolled it, when I was sitting there, the weed that I had in there,
Oop,
it really
goodbye.
it all fell out. More than half when I was looking at it. But, again, very off topic and irrelevant.
Yes.
So,
Well-
that's all we have for the video.
Yes, those were our 3 myths. If you guys know any myths that we didn't hit on today, just comment them below. We'll definitely read them. We don't get a lot of comments yet, so it would be really easy to maintain that.
Yes, I agree 100%. So, if you liked the video,
Leave a like,
Leave a like.
subscribe, normal stuff. Alright, peace out, guys.